Petra is an ancient city in southern Jordan, famous for its rock-cut architecture and stunning natural surroundings. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new 7 wonders of the world. The architectural wonder of Petra, how the Nabateans carved their city into the sandstone cliffs. Petra, the ancient city in present-day Jordan, is a stunning architectural marvel carved directly into rose-red sandstone cliffs by the Nabateans over 2,000 years ago. Renowned for its intricate rock-cut structures like the iconic treasury, Al-Khazna, and the monastery, Ad-Dair, Petra served as a thriving trade hub linking Arabia, Egypt, and the Mediterranean. The Nabateans ingeniously engineered a complex water management system, including dams, cisterns, and aqueducts, allowing the city to flourish in the arid desert. Hidden in a narrow valley and accessed through a dramatic gorge called the Sik, Petra remained largely unknown to the Western world until its rediscovery in 1812, and it is now recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new 7 wonders of the world. The treasury of Petra, known locally as Al-Khazna, stands as the most iconic and visually striking structure in the ancient Nabatean city of Petra, Jordan. Towering nearly 40 meters high and meticulously carved into a towering sandstone cliff, it greets visitors at the end of the narrow Sik Canyon like a hidden jewel of the desert. The facade, with its elaborate Corinthian columns, grand pediment, central tholos, and intricate reliefs, reflects a fascinating blend of Hellenistic, Egyptian, and indigenous Nabatean artistic influences. This stunning harmony of styles showcases the Nabateans' cosmopolitan culture and their openness to trade, exchange, and artistic adaptation. Despite the natural erosion over centuries, the artistry remains remarkably well preserved, hinting at the technical mastery of its builders who chiseled such complexity with limited tools and technology. The scale and precision of the monument reveal the power and sophistication of the Nabatean kingdom during its height in the 1st century BCE. For centuries, Al-Khazna has been enveloped in myth and speculation. Its popular name, the treasury, comes from a local legend that it once held vast treasures of ancient pharaohs, supposedly stored in the urn atop its central dome, which Bedouins even attempted to shoot open with bullets, marks of which are still visible today. However, modern archaeologists largely reject this theory, believing instead that the structure likely served a funerary or ceremonial function. Many scholars argue it was a mausoleum or royal tomb for an important Nabatean king, possibly King Aretas IV, given its grandeur and placement at the city's entrance, possibly designed to impress and awe visitors and pilgrims. Others suggest it may have held a religious or political significance, functioning as a temple or a royal monument that showcased the dynasty's divine status. Yet, no definitive inscriptions or interior findings have confirmed its exact use, leaving its original purpose an open question. The inner chamber, small and undecorated compared to the grand exterior, only deepens the puzzle. This enduring mystery, how such an astonishing monument was carved, for whom, and for what purpose, continues to captivate historians, archaeologists, and travelers alike. The Nabatean language, deciphering the inscriptions and gaining insights into their culture and beliefs. The Nabatean language, deciphering the inscriptions and gaining insights into their culture and beliefs. The Nabatean language, a dialect of Aramaic written in a distinctive script, serves as a vital key to understanding the rich cultural, religious, and political life of the Nabatean civilization. Used from around the 2nd century BCE to the 4th century CE, it was primarily employed for inscriptions, tomb carvings, graffiti, and administrative documents throughout their kingdom, which stretched from modern-day Jordan to parts of Syria, Saudi Arabia, and Israel. While Aramaic had long been a lingua franca in the Near East, the Nabateans adapted it into their own script, gradually evolving into what would later influence the development of the Arabic script. These inscriptions, though often brief and formulaic, offer remarkable glimpses into the lives of the people, recording names, titles, familial ties, dedications, and expressions of religious devotion. Deciphering these inscriptions has provided scholars with valuable insights into Nabatean identity, beliefs, and societal structures. Tomb inscriptions often include invocations to deities, curses against tomb violators, and references to the deceased's lineage, suggesting a strong emphasis on ancestry and the afterlife. The frequent mention of gods such as Dushra, the chief male deity, and Al-Uzza, a prominent female goddess, highlights the polytheistic nature of their religion and their syncretic adoption of Greco-Roman divine imagery. The blending of names and iconography in these texts reflects a society deeply engaged in cultural exchange, likely fueled by their control over lucrative trade routes. However, despite the substantial number of inscriptions, the Nabatean language still presents challenges. Many texts are fragmentary, formulaic, or lack detailed context, and no comprehensive narrative literature survives. Yet, each deciphered inscription brings researchers one step closer to reconstructing the values, traditions, and worldview of a once powerful civilization that left behind stone monuments and linguistic clues rather than written chronicles. The mysterious demise of Petra, theories about the decline of the city, including climate change, earthquakes, and Roman conquest. The decline of Petra, once a thriving capital of the Nabatean kingdom and a crucial hub of trade and culture in the ancient world, remains one of archaeology's most compelling mysteries. During its golden age between the 1st century BCE and the 2nd century CE, Petra flourished as a center of commerce, connecting the east and west through caravan routes that transported incense, spices, textiles, and other luxury goods. However, by the time the Byzantine era arrived, the city had significantly diminished in influence and population. Scholars have proposed a range of theories to explain this dramatic downfall, pointing to a complex interplay of environmental, political, and economic factors. One of the most widely accepted explanations involves a series of devastating earthquakes, particularly the massive quake of 363 CE, which is believed to have severely damaged Petra's infrastructure, including its water systems, temples, and residential areas. Given that Petra relied heavily on its sophisticated hydraulic engineering for survival in the arid desert environment, the disruption of its water supply would have made it difficult to sustain a large population. In addition, changing climate patterns likely compounded this problem, leading to prolonged droughts and reduced agricultural productivity. As trade routes shifted and maritime trade became more dominant, especially after Roman annexation in 106 CE, Petra's strategic importance waned. The Roman conquest did not destroy Petra outright, but it gradually integrated the city into a wider imperial system that favored other urban centers. Trade routes that once passed through Petra were rerouted through cities with better access to the Mediterranean and Red Seas, diminishing the city's economic relevance. Over time, Petra's population shrank, and its grandeur faded into obscurity. By the early Islamic period, it was little more than a remote village, eventually abandoned and lost to the Western world until its rediscovery by Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt in 1812. Today, Petra stands as a silent witness to a lost civilization, its empty tombs and crumbling temples inviting ongoing investigation into the natural and human forces that led to its fall. Despite extensive archaeological work, the full story behind Petra's decline remains unresolved, an enduring enigma carved into stone. Petra's enduring influence on architecture and design, its impact on modern buildings and monuments. Petra's architectural legacy, particularly the grandeur of its rock-cut facades like Al-Khazna, the Treasury, continues to inspire modern architecture and design across the globe. The Nabateans mastered a fusion of Hellenistic, Mesopotamian, and local Arabian styles, creating monuments that exhibit symmetry, intricate carvings, and dramatic entrances seamlessly integrated into natural landscapes. This unique approach has influenced contemporary architects to harmonize buildings with their environments, especially in desert and mountainous regions. Elements such as monumental columns, ornate facades, and geometric precision are echoed in modern civic buildings, museums, and memorials. Petra's sustainable use of space and innovative water management systems have also informed ecological architectural practices. Iconic structures like the monastery have inspired minimalist stonework and monumental scale in contemporary design, while its mystery and elegance have made it a cultural reference in films, resorts, and even urban planning, preserving Petra's timeless role as a model of architectural innovation and aesthetic grandeur. The city's cultural significance, its place in global heritage and the efforts to preserve it for future generations. Petra stands as a symbol of cultural fusion, resilience, and human ingenuity, earning its place as one of the most treasured archaeological sites in the world. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1985 and later named one of the new seven wonders of the world, Petra represents the pinnacle of Nabatean civilization and their ability to blend artistic beauty with engineering excellence. Its carvings, temples, tombs, and water systems reflect a society deeply connected to trade, multicultural exchange, and environmental adaptation. As a beacon of global heritage, Petra draws millions of visitors, scholars, and conservationists who recognize its profound historical value. However, the site faces threats from natural erosion, tourism, and climate change. In response, international organizations and the Jordanian government have launched preservation initiatives, including digital mapping, structural reinforcement, sustainable tourism practices, and education programs for local communities. These efforts aim not only to protect Petra's physical integrity but also to ensure that its cultural story continues to inspire and educate future generations around the world. Petra's continuing allure, its appeal to tourists and adventurers seeking a glimpse of the past. Petra's enduring allure lies not only in its breathtaking beauty but also in the deep historical and cultural legacy it embodies, continuing to attract tourists, historians, and adventurers from every corner of the world. Tucked away in the rugged mountains of southern Jordan, this ancient Nabatean city, often called the Rose City due to the pinkish hue of its sandstone cliffs, presents an extraordinary blend of nature and human craftsmanship. Visitors enter through the Sikh, a narrow, winding gorge flanked by towering rock walls, which dramatically opens to reveal the iconic facade of Al-Khazna, or the Treasury, one of the most magnificent monuments ever carved by human hands. Beyond this initial marvel lies a sprawling archaeological wonderland of intricately carved tombs, temples, colonnaded streets, and sacred altars, all reflecting a unique fusion of Nabatean, Roman, and Hellenistic styles. For adventurers, Petra offers more than just ruins. Its steep hiking trails, hidden paths, and panoramic viewpoints, like the monastery, Al-Kubtha Trail, and the High Place of Sacrifice, promise both physical challenge and spiritual reward. For history enthusiasts and scholars, every stone tells a story of ancient trade, religion, and cultural exchange. The city's cinematic appearances and UNESCO World Heritage status have only deepened its mystique, drawing modern travelers who seek not just a destination, but an immersive experience into the echoes of an ancient world. Petra stands as a timeless wonder, a symbol of endurance and ingenuity that continues to spark awe and curiosity in all who walk its storied paths. As we reach the end of this journey through Petra, we are reminded that some places are more than just historical sites, they are living testaments to human creativity, resilience, and the desire to leave a mark on time. Whether you visit Petra in person or explore it through stories and images, its spirit lingers, urging us all to keep discovering, keep wondering, and keep cherishing the marvels of our shared human past.